conference against fascist Brahmanism kabalalong Chennai, Tamil Nadu, hene kasingi kan rio tarik ukala lingkot arajar. Arpusau kabla peniat de Tamis Nadu People's Front TPF lala bani I ya kejingwan shiminta joki rio shampang na katega jala bat kumjuru UMP ke Lok Sabha na Chidambaram Parliamentary Constituency Uthol Kapian Thirum Mavalavan Ubadeiru Unongyelam Kidalit hakatega conference Unongyelam Rangba ka Voice of the People's Party VPP ubalong MLA nakiyeng dorbar thoan ka jala Meghalaya uba Ardent mila basayumat ulalong kumukongsan lingba ka jing shakhot kerpang ban keren halor santali kimat kata ban penremno ya ka Sorkar ka bayesha yikishitnyam bat ka basinshar donbor ban weng ya ka kam khai lingba ki company ba donbor ke bakuntup yo he spa ambani bat adani bat ban kentaj no yaki nangta ban yakun ya ka hok jong sinshar hi de trai muluk trai jaka ban sengi ki jila kabandon ye ka hok sinshar bat ban thau ye ka parliament haga jingdon ka yeng jong trai muluk trai jaka ka baklem no Shillong bat ban pendu ya ka bor governor ka papunkop da ka Sorkar keme habakren na ka tegasngi na kaliang uba Ardent ulakren halor ka e ka ba ula shakhot bat pen sngo ba ka jing pelong yu ban pediang ye ka jing khot ka dei namar ka jing yu I jong u ya ka jing ma ka ba ka India ka ye kendu badru ban pen sngo halor ka jingdon kam ban yele persha Knang ban Ïada ya ka riti sensar jongkari India ka ba ai ya unong India ban im lait lot na do kom im ka kran khana bat ka perkhat perdan bat kiwe hakate ga jingelang ula pen sngoru ya ka daw jong ga jingyo pedang jong ki pai trulum ya ka khernet ka ba henrio katkum ka riti sensar jongkari India na lor kata ula kren ru alor ka jing penong kam bakla jong ga Sorkar Pdeng kumya ka enforcement directorate pa ka Central Bureau of Investigation na kamenta ka jingmentoy jongki.
When it comes to religion, it needs to be reminded that religion is not supposed to be the subject matter of the state. However, it is purely a personal matter. It is therefore disturbing to see that there are groups and organizations who are trying to impose their belief, culture, and religion on the entire population of the country. This, I feel, is not acceptable and must be resisted and opposed vehemently. The manner in which the Constitution of India was framed and the powers and function of different authorities are vested is indicative of the fact that center and state relation should remain cordial at all times for the smooth functioning of the federal structure in the country. However, it is very unfortunate that national parties in India have many a time misused the constitutional provision for their own political benefits. The Constitution of India has in Article 154(1) Clause 1 mentioned that governors must ever remain conscious of their constitutional obligation and not to sacrifice either political responsibility or parliamentary convention at the altar of political expediency. However, despite this clear statement, we have seen and we have witnessed numerous instances where governors were behaving as mere agents at the hands of the ruling dispensation in the center. Moreover, it was mentioned very clearly in the Constitution of India that governors has no discretionary power except in certain and specific provision. According to Article 163(1), which speaks about the Council of Ministers and the Governor, within the inverted comma, in his discretion, Clause 1 of this article, it says the difference between Article 74(1) and Article 163(1) is that the latter speaks of any functions required by the Constitution to be exercised by the governor in his discretion, but the only instances of functions required by the Constitution to be exercised by the governor are: number one, the power of the governor of Assam under Para 9 of the 6th Schedule, and the functions of a governor appointed to be administrator of a union territory under Article 239(2), the power to make rules under Article 371A(1)(d), matters related to Thalaiñ district under Article 371(1)(f), the equitable allocation of money provided by the government of India between parts of Nagaland under Article 371, between parts of Nagaland under Article 371 to 371A to B. The expression in his discretion in Article 166(1) should also be read accordingly. Clause 2 of this article says, besides, the governor has certain special responsibilities under Article 371(2), 371A(1)(b), 371C, 371FG, which the governor has to discharge according to directions issued by the president, and therefore without the need to consult his council of ministers. And clause 3 of this article says, unless a particular article expressly so provide, an obligation by the Senate adopted of the government to act in his discretion cannot be inferred by implication. Article 163 makes it quite clear that except in cases where the governor is required to act in his discretion, he is to act on the advice of the Council of Ministers. We have been witnessing the arm-twisting tactics adopted by the central government through the use of central agencies like ADs, CBI, in order to pursue their political agenda. It is very much unfortunate that parties in power have openly disregarded the rule of law. You know why I decided to attend this conference today? It is because I apprehend the danger that may put the country at risk. I strongly feel that we should be prepared to fight back, not only for our personal survival, but for the protection of the Constitution of India. The growth of India does not depend on which religion we belong to. However, it depends very much on good and effective governance. Personally, I understand that there is no other principle which is better than what it is written in the scripture, which has been my very foundation in the field of politics. Therefore, I strongly believe that it would be for the interest of the country that we incorporate God's principle into our politics. We cannot deny the fact that there were many areas which were brought into the dominion of India through the use of force, like the Khasi states, which has now formed part of the state of Meghalaya. The execution of the instrument of accession stands witness to the fact that we were never part of India before the advent of the British. Even our leaders had made it very clear while deliberating in the Constituent Assembly that we do not want to be assimilated completely into the Indian culture and way of life, which has therefore culminated in the incorporation of the 6th Schedule into the Constitution of India. Therefore, the present leadership needs to be reminded that though we have agreed to be part and parcel of India, we are not willing to give up our traditions, cultures, beliefs, and practices. Furthermore, it would be foolish to imagine that we will be less patriotic because we are governed with different provisions of the Constitution. A case in point is the American federal system, in which the unit in the federation enjoy vast amount of autonomy, which is also the source of strength and the emergence of the United States of America as a superpower. It would be wrong to suggest that all Indians have to embrace one religion, one culture, one tradition, one language in order to make India strong and powerful. Rather, it will disintegrate the country and promote divisions and hostility among the people of India. He said, I quote, that we cannot afford to forget that public order, personal security, economic and social progress and prosperity are not the national order of things. That they depend on ceaseless effort and serious attention from an honest and effective government that the people must elect. So the bottom line here is that only clean and effective government can really promote the state, can really develop the country, not any other factor. Therefore, it is our duty to protect the freedom which we have achieved through the struggle of our leaders. India does not belong to any political party. It belongs to the people of different communities, regions, and ethnic groups who have come together to make India an independent country. Why should we allow someone to take away our freedom? There has been an attempt to create a narrative that India belongs only to the Hindi-speaking people or the Hindus for that matter. However, this narrative is not going to last, as it is not based on facts and truth. Therefore, through this platform, I would like to call upon all the right-thinking people in this country to rise up above party politics, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, ethnicity, to save this country and safeguard the Constitution of India. What the country requires now is a fight against corruption, poverty, exploitation. We need to get rid of this petty politics who's trying to influence people in the name of religion. Sometimes the minds of the innocent people are being diverted from real issues. It is our duty to enlighten the people about the real issues that the country is facing. Let us work together with an aim to make India a superpower. Let us not divide India in the name of religion, caste, and ethnicity. Let us also strengthen the bond among different states in the country and maintain its true federal spirit. Lastly, but not the least, I would call upon each one of you. Let us resolve to fight for more autonomy to the states and for the protection and promotion of the indigenous people of respected states.